test some things because I'm trying to see certain stuff. Cause I don't like this. That I did when I went back and listened to Mrs. V, Miss V, her joint she did about it. I was like, okay, now I see what she talking about. You can't even add videos no more. It's like I mean, that's gonna make YouTube almost irrelevant. Because then you just got people sitting up here just babbling incessantly, and then they got to go like, okay, let me grab this from my damn phone and be like, okay, well, here go my receipts. Unless you got to do a whole production show now. So I'm just here testing. I'm just here testing. I'm like, what the hell? I wanted to see something real quick. Right, right. Let me see how this. Wait. Hold on. I gotta check something because I lost that. I lost that sound back there. Let me see. Let's see now. I got rid of that. Come on. That's what I'm trying to just. I'm just testing something. So, who that talking? Yo, the legend. Salute, family. Yeah, I'm just over here testing because I was gonna go live last night, but then I realized shit. I couldn't post none of my videos, nothing that I wanted to do. And I was like, wait, what the hell? Then I had to go read. I had to go watch Miss V's. I had to go watch Miss V's joint. The hell is that? Yeah, they got this shit. They doing something weird. Yeah. I was gonna come, but then I realized something. Man, I don't know. Can you hear that joint?
It's just a way to push this stereotype to give other cultures the green light to be disrespectful towards Black Americans and also not to question the system.
Okay. Yeah, it's like we can't even load up videos no more through StreamYard. So I didn't. I was like, shit. I had listened to Miss V joint, and then I didn't. Then I was like, wait, what? I had to go back and listen to it all last night. I was like, fuck, man. They always find a way to figure out the grand hustle. I mean, I don't have a problem with talking. That's what I said. But I'm just over here testing right now. But I was all mad about shit. I couldn't add some of these videos because wanted people to really hear some of this shit. This vitriol some people have for us, which is the craziest thing. Wait, what did that just do? See, it's like they done changed the buttons around over here. Okay, so back in here. Yeah, they just changed everything around real quick. So now we gotta fucking yeah, it's always that's why I say move like fucking paratroopers behind enemy lines because they always changing the post. Yep, a whole new interface, everything. That's what I was saying. It's just crazy. And I heard the update, but I was like, why the hell? Every time it's like, damn, I should have known though. March, you know what I'm saying? March, they always act like, oh, coming with like a lamb. No, y'all coming like a goddamn lion every time in March. Y'all don't be playing with these updates on everything. I don't know if people who are gamers or things like that too. You come home, your console is updating for 3 hours. Yeah, all day long. That's all they do to us. They like, they got motherfuckers like in that fucking movie, Ready Player One. They got motherfuckers living in shanty. They trying to get us to live like the motherfuckers in Ready Player One. They're like, yo, just put like 2 fucking trailers on top of each other. We ain't going for that. Word up. We ain't going for that, yo. Especially I advocate for black gamers because I don't like black gamers to end up being nigga nerds and shit. We gotta stand on some shit, stand on business. I be over there with Ti son be coming on my joint talking shit on Twitch. We have a good time. It's funny. I love that little brother because I had made a video over there on Twitch about him standing on business, and he didn't take too kindly to it. But he had fun when he came in. He talked to me and he saw that I really fuck with him. I was like, yeah, brother, I'm just messing with you on the gamer side. And and it's fun to be a gamer and especially for black people, like there's not too many of us out there doing it. And we don't yeah. Creating your own games is good too. We need that as well. We need that as well. Coding, all that. That's kind of like what my daughters do. They do more like anime stylish type games and stuff. Like we trying to bring that to the market. Like you know, they're young black women and they produce like real nice like black girl animes. Yeah, yeah. He could build games, all that type of stuff. We need young black gamers, programmers, all of that stuff. You know, that's the facts. How is this vocals coming through? The legend, you can hear it clearly. 'Cause that's what I'm really over here testing too, trying to see all this stuff. But I'm also refiguring this out. I'm also figuring this out. So if you could let me know. Okay, thanks a lot, my good brother. Thanks a lot, cause I'm trying to just see how this shit is revamped, and I didn't like that update. I'm hoping they're gonna review it and get rid of it because sometimes YouTubes they'll make some of these decisions early and then they'll go back on it because they're gonna see that it's not working so well. So we'll see. Because I am thinking about moving over to Rumble a little bit. I've been having a lot of people tell me to come over to Rumble. Shit, I love to get over here with the gardening community, especially all the wonderful brothers and sisters. Yeah, always up to something. Always. Especially when they see black people getting together. No disrespect. I'm just being honest. When they see black people, especially black people of this land, getting together in large numbers and starting to make meetings of the mind, shit, man. They like, oh shit, we gotta shut that shit down. Cause they know we just be getting together and we'll make some shit pop off like for real. We'll make a real green revolution without all that bullshit you heard them talking about in Congress. We'll do that shit for real. Cause that's how cultivating of a spirit of a people we are. We got that Mojara spirit. Our mojo and our aura. That shit just permeates through the land because that's what our ancestors put into it. We all that root work, all that real stuff, that stuff that when we were young kids, we would never really sit. You know, our grannies and them, our mamas, they knew stuff that you didn't just get from the goddamn doctor, and we weren't really ever really like sick like that. Exactly. There you go. That's why they infiltrated us all across the board. I tell people that all the time. There was people I thought all my life. I was like, wait, I thought like I no disrespect to anybody else. I'm just saying I thought people who I was looking at was like us, like a regular black person. Then I found out they was somebody else. And that's what I'm saying. That's why certain things were never happening in our communities and stuff because these people were opposition, but they were sent in to look like us and then, just, well, I just can't go for it. You know what I'm saying? Peace, bronze, flat power, God. What's going, family? I'm over here. I'm just testing about shit. Y'all coming in. I'm just, I'm just like, God damn, I'm mad that we can't even post some videos about some stuff. You got literally like, I see why Miss V was like playing everything in the background. I was like, damn. Yeah. Oh, they already know. They already know. That's why they be mad at us the most when we don't take their vaccines. So they start threatening you like, oh, we gonna put that shit in the cabbage. We're gonna put it in the collard greens. You see who they immediately go after. They start saying shit right away like that. Oh, we gonna put it in the collard greens, the cabbage, and the vegetables. Cause they know a lot of Negroes want to go vegan and they threaten you right away, like, oh. And I'll be like, man, if that shit don't make a black person want to start a garden and grow their own shit. Cause Neely Fuller Jr. always says, take as little of the shit they give us. You know that, bronze. Real talk. That's what I'm saying. It's like we gotta not eat. We gotta eat as little as what they give us, and like try to produce our own shit the best way that we can. Because other than that, man, you see the land. Just look at what they be doing to the land, and then they letting all these immigrants in to do the same thing right now. These people are defecating everywhere. They're like, they're tearing up the wildlife. They're just tearing up the. It's crazy, man. Some of the shit I've seen. That's right. That's right, Bronze. That's right. That's why we got to shut it down. That's why I've been telling people we got to shut it down. We know that only some of us came here, but for the most part, there's a very good part. If you go watch the Boondocks, right? It's the part with the Catcher Freeman story, right? Go check that part in the Boondocks, and you see them. They say when the blacks came, they're like, "Oh, they got the slaves, right?" But then they keep saying, "Don't trust them new niggas over there." And then you see that there's black people outside the fence and there's Negroes inside the fence looking at them niggas. And they're like, wait, what the hell? And this is what the greatest secret that white people don't tell people. They made just being black a crime. That's the statutes out here in Virginia. It all started in Virginia. A lot of people be like, what? I said, yes. Where's Thomas Jefferson from? One of the biggest suspected white supremacists of all time. Thomas Jefferson from right here in Virginia. Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And he was out here experimenting on black women down there at motherfucking Virginia Tech. That's where they found his lab at. And they found shackles, all types of stuff down there. That man was diabolical. And right here in Virginia, that's when they decided that whole race thing. Yeah, no, Pennsylvania was there, but no, Virginia dominated even Pennsylvania for racism. Pennsylvania gets it later, but Virginia, in the beginning, Virginia is the ones who tell black people the Loving versus Plessy case down here in Virginia. They said, bitch, she was saying, I'm an Indian. And they said, fuck that, you black. And they was like, well, you black. They was like, get your ass over here and you a Negro. And from that point on, they started making all black people, even if you was an Indian, everybody became a Negro. Yes, all of them. George, you can go down to George Washington, fucking his shit down in Virginia right now, and you'll be like, why is so many black people at the bottom of the hill of where this fucking plantation is? And you like all these black people, and you start thinking like these are the descendants of all that shit up there. You like all these black people? And here's his fucking house. And right next to his house is the Robert E. Lee mansion. Because they used to live next to each other. George Washington was friends of a young Robert E. Lee. They grew up right together. I went to both of those plantations. I went there out here in Virginia. I took my kids and everything. It was crazy. I'm telling you, we got in that shit. We was crying and shit when we got in that area with the slave shit. We was crying because we could feel that energy. We could all feel it. Like my youngest daughter, she started acting all weird. Like she got taken over by a spirit, and she started skipping and led us all the way to the slave spot because we couldn't almost find it at first. And but my youngest daughter, she just started talking real weird and southern like, and then we just follow her to the motherfucking spot. Yeah, they up there rebuilding it right now. When I went there, they were rebuilding the whole Robert E. Lee shit and everything. I was in that bitch. I was in there. There was a white woman who she was fascinated that I knew all the history because that's what I studied in college. I was a military historian as well as psychology. That was my majors. And so I was telling her everything I knew about, Mr. Lee and all that bullshit and his family. And that white woman was going crazy. And I'm in there, and she started showing me shit that I did that she don't know that normally. She said, well, let me show you this. And she was letting me know that the main person who was making money for the Lees was this black man named I think his name was Thomas. It was Thomas something, but he was the master weaver, as the woman said. He was the master weaver. He made all the textiles that came out of here that Mr. Lee was able to sell that was so good. And then she was showing me this back room that this brother, all these tapestries and all this stuff that this brother had made. So black people have always been the foundation for everything that the white supremacist has built on. So this one brother was living in there, toiling, making all these damn tapestries for that family that they were selling out on the public, but nobody knew that it was the brother making it. And then I remember I was there that day, me and my family, and then some white people came around. They was talking all loud till they came around the corner and saw us. That was the funny shit, to be up in a white supremacist spot and watch all these white people quail. That shit was great, bro. Me and my family, we relished that shit. We was laughing. I remember when we was going off to the slave thing, I looked back, me and my wife, we both looked back. God bless her. I looked back, we both looked back. We saw all them looking at us from the goddamn balcony. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You right, Brian. That's what I'm trying to say. We already knew everything and how to build and do everything. This whole obsession that black people were sitting around and we just picking cotton and we ain't know shit, that's all a lie. She was showing me a lot of shit in there. She was letting me know. And I was like, yeah, that white woman. And I remember as we walked off, she must have went and told all them other white women. Because I remember my family, as we was walking up before my daughter got possessed, them white women was all standing on a balcony watching us to see if we could find the slave thing. I think that's what they was looking. And then my daughter got possessed. And we like, where you going? I'm like, yo, Kira, slow down. I'm like, Kira, slow down. And she just skipping along. She's like, come on, we only gonna get there in a couple of minutes. Word up. That's yeah. Yeah, a lot of people, black people have owned their land. There's not, there's lots of documentaries and documentation about that shows that a lot of black folks own land. A lot of the cities along the East Coast were built by black people and then overran by white folks later on. That's not a myth. These are actual factuals. But as I was saying, my daughter, she was skipping. We got all the way over there, and we found the spot. We saw like where there was a little garden and some chickens, and we could still feel that energy, yo, when we went in there. I remember, I remember my daughters. They all start hugging me, and my wife, and we all start crying. I was like, yeah, you could feel that shit, right? We could just feel that energy, you know, being amongst where people had to stay in that small ass spot, and you could read and see how many people and their names. That's how crazy they is right now over there. They got the names, how many people was staying in this spot. You like, what the fuck? They really right? They really documenting shit like that? That's right here in Virginia. You go to the motherfucking they right next door. You can't miss either one. The Robert E. Lee shit and the Washington shit. They right next to each other. Just big ass plantations. I mean, Washington shit called Madison. You go there, it's just huge as shit. You just walking around and then the white people always look at you if you there and you black, like you shouldn't be there. At both of them, you like, wait, what? That's how you know Washington was a racist too, because you go to the Washington shit, the white people looking at you the same way at the Lee shit. Like, what the hell is this nigga doing here? That's what me and my wife to visit those shit. We would go out there and camp. So that was always a scary shit because I would have to leave my gun back at the campsite. Cause I'm like, well, cause we can't bring the gun. We would bring it and we had to leave it in the car because you can't take the gun inside the museum and shit or plantation. And that was a crazy shit because that's how you get around all those high ass fucking hotel shit. You get a nice big ass. You already know. They don't want you to know about that. They don't want you to know about that part right there. I'm telling you, that white woman, when I was there, she was telling me, she said, I don't really tell everybody this. She said, but with Master Lee, when the Confederates lost, well, and then she went and took me and my family and showed me a spot where she said where white people was coming and throwing the dead bodies of all their kids over. They went and dug their kids up and drug them over to Robert E. Lee Mansion and start throwing them over his fence. I was like, yo, that's the craziest shit. And she showed me where they, and the slaves, once again, the slaves on his plantation buried the bodies of once again, it was black people doing the work. So the black people went and buried, and we went and we saw the whole cemetery with all these bodies. It was a lot of bodies. That's how crazy white people was and still are. I'm gonna try to get that in your head. The nigga who he like, hey nigga, this is like, she said that this is damn near like 4 years after the Civil War, 4 or 5 years after the Civil War. White folks was digging up they kids' bodies from Arlington and other places and bringing them and throwing them over Robert E. Lee fence. Crazy. This where all that zombie shit come from. Y'all really don't get it. That's where the zombie type shit come from. It's always some antebellum type shit. And so, yep, they would throw all of, I was looking and when I saw that, I was like, damn. So once again, it was black people who had to clean up all the damn mess. Even though they was, throwing them, it's property, but it still was the black slaves who still wasn't free yet. People like, wait, what? How was there slave? That's what the white woman was telling me. There was still slaves here after the Confederates lost the war. 5 years after. Do you get? Y'all didn't hear what I just said. She said it was 5 years after, and the slaves still had to pick up the bodies. So that meant that motherfucking shit that Lincoln said didn't mean shit because when his ass dead. See what I'm trying to tell y'all how the system of white supremacy worked. 5 years after that white woman said that slaves were still picking up the bodies. The Civil War happened in 1865. That 5 years later would be 1870. That means black people were still being in bondage at that point, which we now come to know that it looks like black people were in bondage damn near to 65. Maybe even closer to 70 in certain areas like Louisiana and different places out in the backwoods of Mississippi. We've been finding out stuff like this. So, real crazy, man. Just real crazy at the end of everything and the start as we march into March. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody start thinking about, if you can grow something, get something, grow something. You can do it. Yeah, it don't matter where you at. Grow just a little bit. Tomato plants, something. You know what I'm saying? We all got to get our hands tapped in. I mean, make sure you find out around your neighborhood who can hunt, who can fish, tap in, because we got to, because you see what's about to happen, what's going on in this country. They're bringing in other people to the detriment, and it ain't a question of when. You know what I mean? If anymore, it's when. So you need to think about that. You know what I mean? So grids go down, things go down. Get yourself ready so you're ready to throw down. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Get you a BOB. Make sure your kids start thinking that way, even though it's like, damn, scary, but let them know. Because in real talk, shit. Notice they real hesitant on releasing that movie, Civil War. Just pay attention to that. That movie's supposed to have been out like 3 months ago, but they done made that guy go back and edit and cut so much. I think the movie ain't gonna be crap when it come out now. Cause they done made that guy go cut it. And he's been complaining. I seen him on X. He was complaining late last night. He was like, yo, the movie's fucking really wrapped. It's like it's worthless now. He literally said himself that the movie's dead. That the Biden administration really gutted the damn movie. So I don't know if they're gonna release an illegal version, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to tell y'all, they scared to death because they know that regular people who live here, who bust our ass, who've been told to fucking pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, are watching them give away free stuff to people just coming here. Just like everything they're giving them is like free. And I don't give a damn what anybody say. If they was giving $8,000 to a regular motherfucker on the streets, y'all be complaining. That's why you don't want black people to get reparations. You rather us not get reparations who will stimulate the economy. You rather the shit go to a bunch of Venezuelans or wherever they have Chinese, a rack of them, Portuguese, you name it, it's all of them. You just name it. And I'll be on a different vibe if people was coming in being respectful to us. No, it's like they come in, they be disrespectful. So I am not open borders. I prefer it to be closed. I don't give a damn who don't like it. Shut it up, and yeah, and then check everybody and see who's in here that ain't supposed to be here, and get their ass up out of here. I know you don't want to do the whole thing, but you're gonna have to do part of it. So you're gonna have to get some of them up out of here. No, yeah, it's out of control right now. It's getting dangerous for black people all over the place. I I I, I am rescinding that order, and I want them to get them checked and get them out of here. Lock down the whole damn border right now, and no more people. Just shut it down. I just posted the other day about how the dude, the DHS dude, just said like they bringing nothing but people from Venezuela and criminals. That's what I saw. It's getting dangerous out here. So, you know, may not agree, may not. But yeah, this was just a test, bumping that thing down, and I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. Get you guys on the flip side. Breezer Mega, and I'm out.